Elizabeth not like other girls in Frankenstein? Is she cool girl? Yes. And let me tell you two things why that is not a problem, and also how it is proof of why we will never get a completely faithful adaptation of Frankenstein, nor should we. This video will contain spoilers, so if you have an issue with that, drop a like, come back when you've seen it, because I'm so very, very lonely. I have no friends. Except my doggy Yoshi. In Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, Elizabeth is not just Elizabeth. She is also the bride of Frankenstein. I think that a lot of us, myself included, who grew up loving the novel of Frankenstein have always wanted a direct page-to-screen adaptation of the novel, and I don't think we can get that at this point because of the fact that Frankenstein as a pop culture icon has evolved beyond so much more than just the novel. To the point where things that were never in the novel to begin with are now considered expectations of Frankenstein films. One of the biggest examples being, the electricity that brings the creature to life. That's not actually in the novel. In fact, in the novel, it's implied that it was actually a chemical composition that brought the creature to life, something that Victor Frankenstein did not want to pass on the knowledge of in case anybody might think of repeating his mistakes. But yet we associate the creation of the creature with electricity, with thunderstorm. It would feel weird if that wasn't a part of it. Elizabeth in the novel is kind of a bit of a boring character. She's just there to be the tragic waif, the victim of the brutality of the creature in vengeance for the Bride of Frankenstein. Because the Bride of Frankenstein is a staple in pop culture who was only in 2 minutes of the original Bride of Frankenstein film, and in the novel wasn't there at all. Creature asked to be made a companion, and Victor promised, but then reneged on that promise, which is why the creature then went and killed Elizabeth on Victor Frankenstein's wedding night to Elizabeth. And so when Elizabeth in the Guillermo del Toro film said, "Oh, it's insulting that you would think I would read romance. I'm a woman of science," I was kind of off-put at that. But then when I realized when she first meets the creature that she is not just Elizabeth, she is the bride, I was more okay with that because she also in a lot of ways reflects Mary Shelley herself. Mary Shelley was a romantic novelist, but not romance with love and the lowercase r. Romance with the capital R, the literary romantic movement. Her novel was a critique about the two different kinds of the romantic movement that were happening at the time, the version with male romantics and female romantics, where male romantics were saying one could be able to dominate nature, but Mary Shelley argues that you shouldn't dominate it, you should nurture it. And that's what Elizabeth does in the film. It actually highlights the original themes more, and I personally loved it.